And I promise you, you will love these products. Welcome to The Art of Gardening. I'm your host, Melissa Lalo Johnson, and today we are going to be talking about mulch problems that we may have. So here at my place, my property is predominantly sloped, and I battle a couple of different things. So the slope and then the cul-de-sac, the water drains directly through my backyard and garden beds. And then also I'm in Kansas City, so I have really high winds. So this was always a problem in a multitude of beds around here, and my mulch would just wash out every single year, and I would get super frustrated and have to run back around. And slowly I started replacing with rock, which was very expensive or time consuming to be pulling. And over the last couple of years, PetraMax, who I work very closely with, they introduced Mulch Max Glue, Super Max Mulch Glue, and Mega Mulch Glue. And so when the mulch glue came around, I began using this product, and I cannot tell you how it has changed things around here. So I have the three of these guys right behind me here. So let's talk a little bit about the target problem. The problem would be if you have any areas where you have any type of washout or wind. Here in Kansas City, like I said, we've got houses up on hills that the wind just whips around the houses, blows the mulch out of the beds. If you've got pets or anything that's walking through the beds that's displacing the mulch, that's also an issue. So using the mulch glue, it's very easy to mix it up. You're going to mix it in your tank sprayer. Each of these guys has the mixing instructions on the back, but you are using essentially, so this is my favorite. This is the Super Max Mulch Glue. This is the one that is the highest concentrated. It will last for up to 12 months. It's like rock solid stuff. And so this mixing is for 32 ounces will make you a half a gallon, 64 ounces will make 1 gallon, and then 128 ounces will make 2 gallons of product. So using this, it can hold together mulch of all different types. So whether you're using rubber mulch or you're using pine bark nuggets like I love to use that are larger nuggets. So I do have to spray it a little more liberally to make sure that it does everything, everything does bind. So, or if you're using pine straw or hay, or say you have a leaf pile that in the fall that you don't want, that you're, kind of collecting all of your leaves in one spot. You don't want them blowing around everywhere. You can spray a leaf pile. This is permeable, which means that the water, the rainwater solutions, any applications you may be making to your flower beds or anything it will allow that moisture to go through. It basically binds the top few inches of your mulch to keep it in place. So most recently, I put this through my beds up on the front of the house where I've always had issues. Not only is it sloped, but the wind comes whipping through the top of the driveway and pushes all of that mulch throughout an entire season. Every single year, I lose all of the mulch that is on that's in the bed that's along the driveway. So this is keeping that in place. In fact, the other day, I mowed the lawn and was blowing the driveway off and got a bunch of grass clippings that kind of went into the beds. I used the blower and blew the clippings out of the mulch, and the mulch stayed in place. So I've done a variety of different tests with this. As you know, I'm not going to promote anything before trying it and using it myself to know that it works. And I've been using this for over a year, so I know that it does work. And the application, like I said, is very easy. It's just kind of like a sprayed motion. You may have to spray around larger pieces. It will also hold gravel in place. It will hold, my mind was blown when I saw how well it would hold pea gravel. I mean, it was insane. It locked every single piece of an inch thick in that tray, locked it together, and it was incredible. So the other thing too that I want to talk about is that it is very, very important once you use these mulch glues, the mulch glues, any of the paints or the dyes, to make sure that you spray your tank out. So what I typically do is I'll use the application till it's all the way empty, and then I will fill my tank with warm water and I only use PetraTools sprayers. So one of the things I love about it has the locking mechanism on the ergonomic handle. I can lock the tank and just let it finish spraying to let the entire tank empty. And then sometimes I'll do that a second time. There's also a little filter that's in the bottom of all of the sprayers, so you can lift that filter up to make sure that nothing's caught inside of there. But you will want to make sure, because this stuff is like, it's amazing. It is biodegradable and non-toxic, but it is strong, like super duper strong. So you're going to want to make sure that you get it out of the tank and out of the reservoir, your lines, and get everything rinsed out properly. And of course the results. So the results speak for themselves. I mean, when this is applied properly at the proper rate, so you're going to want to make sure that you apply it at least twice. In some of the high wind areas, I do it 3 times to make sure that I get a really good hold. If you do not apply this properly though, and too sparsely, then it's not going to hold as well as it should. If this is applied properly, it will lock down the top few layers of your mulch. And so that's what we're all after, to be able to not have to worry when it's raining or windy that you're going to have to run back around outside and go clean everything up. So I highly recommend that you check out these products. Are on PetraTools.com, and then the Mega Mulch Glue is on Amazon. So you can buy those things there, and I promise you, you will love these products. Also check out, it's a great time of year to stock up on grass paint. So right now, which the next Art of Gardening, I'm going to be highlighting the practices that we are doing right now in our yard to get rid of Poa triv and Poa annua. So Poa triv is a highly noxious, weedy grass that creeps into fescue and really blends with the fescue. It's really hard to tell what it is. And we didn't know what this was until just the last year. So we went through the yard with Roundup and have killed off a bunch of spots, probably 50 different spots in the yard. But I'm not worried about it, because as soon as my husband drops the seed down and gets those places covered with seed, then I'm going to use the green grass paint and paint the dead grass so that it looks wonderful and beautiful until the grass seeds grow in the next few weeks. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to be going over all of this craziness of the fescue lawn and the things that have been very noxious to us, so that you can make sure if you have these things in your lawn, you can get them out before they take over like they have here. So thanks so much for tuning in, and definitely check out PetraTools.com. Check out the mulch glues. You will not regret it. And we'll see you next time on The Art of Gardening. Thanks for watching.